Hey guys, Job here with a little bit different of a video. This is directed towards anyone really, but directed towards Nick Shell as well. If you guys don't know who Nick Shell is, he's a YouTuber who specializes in hair loss and things of that nature. He's got about 8,000 subscribers. He doesn't have millions of subscribers, but I think his knowledge is far better than the channels that have crazy numbers of subscribers and views and whatnot. Like I said, like we all know, it's about quality, not quantity. So this is for Nick Shell. I don't know if he's gonna see it. I mean, it'd be cool if he does. But I mean, it's just really for anyone about hair loss. I wanted to talk about this for a while. So Nick Shell is, like I said, a YouTuber who specializes in hair loss, and I discovered him through a video that I looked up, and the reason I looked it up is because about a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago, 2-ish months ago, I noticed that my temples have receded slightly on both sides, evenly, which I recently found out as well, and it kind of scared me. I was a little nervous. I'm like, really hope I'm not going bald. So what I did first was I went onto forums online and looked up things about receding hairlines. How old are you when you start to bald? What's a mature hairline? What's the percentage of men that go bald in their life? How many men experience balding? The symptoms of balding, the signs, things to be aware of, and so I would look for reassuring information. Obviously, I didn't want to really hear anything that was negating what I wanted to hear. But I heard some things that were warning signs, but I don't think I'm experiencing any of them, and I avoided YouTube videos at first because I felt like they just fed information quicker. I felt like I could hop off a forum anytime I wanted, and if I watched a YouTube video, I'd kind of be stuck because I usually watch the whole YouTube video. And so I went on YouTube one day and I typed in symptoms of hair loss, and I actually think now the first video of Nick Shell's was, I forget what it was titled, but he was walking down the street talking about hair loss. But the first video where I really started to like the guy was 5 ways to tell if you're going bald and 5 ways to deal with it if you are or if you do. And I know 4 of the 5. The 5th one hasn't come to me, but it's, do you have a straight hairline, your ethnicity, do you have gray in your hair? What was the other one? Why am I drawing a blank? It was, do you have gray in your hair? Oh, can you grow a beard? Ethnicity, and things of that nature. So, I was looking for reassuring information, but I wanted the truth. I didn't want to be lied to. I just realized I had something on my face. I didn't want to be lied to. I wanted the truth to hit me as hard as it had to in order to accept what was happening to me, if something was happening. And as you can tell by the title of the video, I believe, after watching many Nick Shell videos, that his theories and diagnosis, I meant to put the air quotes around diagnosis, or his guesses are really accurate. After watching countless amounts of his videos and listening to what he has to say, I've come to terms that maybe I'm not balding. I don't think I am at all. Because he goes into detail about if you have a straight hairline, you're good. You're probably not going to go bald. If you have gray in your hair, there's more of a chance that you're going to keep your hair. If you could grow a full beard in high school, if you could grow a full beard in high school, connected and everything and thick, you have more of a chance of losing your hair later in life. And he claims that his theories are about 80% accurate, which I believe, because there are exceptions to the rules in his theories, as we know. He says if you can't grow a full beard, if it's very patchy like mine is, this is like day 4 of not shaving, and you can hardly tell I haven't shaved. You can hardly tell. It's like I shaved. This looks like an hour after I shaved. Like, you can barely see anything. I mean, there is hair, but I can't grow a beard. So he said when you were young or in high school and you could grow a full beard, that there's more of a chance of you losing your hair later on, more of a chance Not guaranteed, but more of a chance. And, you know, that's reassuring. And after watching many of Nick Shell's videos, come to the conclusion I'm probably not losing any of my hair. And I got a haircut today, and I can really tell that I don't have any recession. I have a pretty straight hairline. I have this weird spot right here. See this spot right here? Move my hairline back. See how this spot right up there kind of goes up just a bit right there, but it's straight on this side mostly and straight on that side mostly. Just there's a little spot that goes up a little higher. And I think that straight hairlines isn't a factor if you're going to bald or not, because who in the world that hasn't balded in their 50s, 60s, or 70s has a perfectly straight hairline? Barely anyone. Hairlines aren't straight. They're usually asymmetrical just by a bit. But some people that don't go bald do have perfectly straight hairlines, and it's a aesthetically pleasing thing. So I think that I'm not receding in any way. I have a little bit of recession here. You know, if I was to cover my finger over this little stretch of hair right here, it'd look like nothing. I think that gives an illusion to hair loss, this little piece. So if I cover that, it's like, oh, but you know, that gives like a V illusion. If I cover that, it looks like nothing. But you know, I don't think I have any recession. I do, but barely any. I think it's more of a mature hairline coming in. And then this side looks more juvenile, if anything, which is, I think is kind of funny. But, you know, I don't have any crown. I don't have any crown recession. Recession, your crown can't recede. It can up here, but that's not crown recession. That's hairline recession. You might see like a bald spot look, but that's because I just today got my hair cut, so they went up that high by my crown. It gives it the illusion that looks like there's thinning, but there isn't. You know, this is just a response to Nick Shell. I like how truthful and honest he is. I've commented on his videos and he replies back instantly. I mean, he is dedicated to his subscribers and just people. You don't have to be subscribed for him to like you. So I think Nick Shell's theories about hair loss are pretty accurate, very, very accurate. Like, there are always exceptions. You know, there are some guys that could grow a full beard in high school or in their early teenage years yet and still keep their hair. I mean, it's never factual. It's not set in stone that, you know, you must be balding if you can't, if you're growing a full beard in high school. You know, there are always exceptions. And Nick gives positivity and boosts mental health, in my opinion, for me, because it was a pretty rough time thinking my hair was receding a bit. I had longer hair. These sides weren't shaved. It was all connected. There was a lot of hair around my head. And, you know, when you have longer hair here and this little part grows out more, it gives the illusion that there's quite a lot of recession, but there's not at all. I mean, really, there's barely anything going on, which I'm grateful for. I'm 20 years old, by the way. And, you know, I'm 20, I'm young, but it still could happen. You know, that's always something you got to keep in your mind, is that, you know, I looked up if I had a mature hairline. I was obsessed with if I had a mature hairline. I don't even think I have a mature hairline yet. I still think it's almost juvenile, almost. There's a bit of recession, but it's like Norwood 1.3 or something like that. I don't know. I'm just guessing, but, you know, in Nick Shell's videos, really check him out and subscribe, because he's honest. You know, he says, I don't care if it hurts your feelings or not, because at the end of the day, whatever's happening to your hair is what's happening, and you can take prescription medicine and drugs and things to halt it, but overall, you should just let it happen and, you know, let nature do its thing. And when the time comes, if it's that bad, I don't think that hairlines I don't think people are ugly or unattractive nor would they have. You know, whenever you need to shave it off, just shave it off and move on with your life. I think as soon as you put the razor to your head and you shave it all off, as soon as you shave it all off, that's it. Stress is done. You know, that's over. That chapter of your life's over. Just move on. But I personally don't think you should be stressing that much about it. And I think I remember the fifth theory of Nick Shell's was that look at your hairline by age 1, and that'll give you a good estimate as to what your hairline will look like at age 35. I'm pretty sure we do have a picture of me at age 1. I don't want to go digging for it, not because of fear, but because I don't know where the pictures are. So, you know, I believe Nick Shell's theories are accurate because it reflects in me. I've seen the same things he says in my hair. You know, he says if you can't grow a beard when you're young, you're gonna have a lot of hair, or there's a chance you're gonna have a lot of hair. And my hair is crazy thick and long and grows fast and is healthy. So now I wanted to give you guys a bit of closure and a bit of relief in some things if you guys are wondering symptoms about hair loss and things you might think are symptoms of hair loss. I wanted to start with itchy scalp. Some people say that itchy scalp on your crown or the sides might indicate that your hair is miniaturizing there, or you're going through miniaturization, or you're losing your hair there. Well, sometimes that's true. I believe that itchy scalp is just an everyday itch. You know how you itch all over your body? You know, you just get random itches for no reason. Surely there is a reason why, but, you know, I have dry skin sometimes, a little bit of dandruff sometimes, and, you know, whether you have an excess in sebum, I think it's called sebum, I don't know, oil, if you have an excess in oil, or you have too dry skin on your scalp, you can itch. Maybe you went out in nature and you got a few bug bites, you're scratching, maybe you're allergic to something. You know, you just don't know, so don't obsess with that little thing. And also, the best way to see your hairline is the best way to see your hairline, to see your temples, to see how everything looks, to give you a better estimate if you're going to go bald, or if you have symptoms, is to completely buzz it off. If it's gotten to that point where you're really worried, buzz. Even if you don't like the look of yourself with a buzz cut, get yourself a buzz cut. That way you can see the exact shape of your hairline without having to move the hair, without having loose hairs fall in the way and moving it, and then you got hairs up here that hang down here, so you might think that that's part of the side of your hairline, which may just be the top folding over like that, you know. So, but Nick Shell, if you're watching this, amazing YouTube creator. I mean, you were great. You're truly an amazing. You're a great person. I mean, really, you know, you're firm and honest. Yet you try and tell people that maybe you're not balding if that's true, and maybe you're balding if you are, if you have symptoms, or if you have signs, or if your theories are pointing towards it. I think that you're doing a great job of giving people hope and inspiring them and telling them not to worry and not to care what people think. You shouldn't care what people think about your hair. If you're in a relationship with someone that cares what your hair looks like, maybe you shouldn't be with them. Just my advice. You don't have to listen to it, but, you know, it's not worth the stress, and it's not worth being upset over. You know, there are many more things to worry about in life than your hair, and once you get to that point, like I said, just shave it all off and you're good to go. So Nick Shell, great job at being a YouTuber, and great advice. I think his theories, he says they're 80% accurate. I think they're about 90% accurate. I mean, there are always exceptions, you know. Like I said, you could grow a full beard and have a full head of hair. You could never grow a beard and yet bald, you know. I mean, when statistics and facts match up, that's when you should say, okay, maybe I should accept it, maybe I shouldn't, if it's more of a theory as opposed to a fact. But if it's factual, sadly, you have to accept it. But when you get to that point, when you just don't like your hair anymore, just shave it off and be done with it, you know, whether it's a buzz cut or whether it's completely bald. So, Nick Shell, keep doing what you're doing, because you're doing great. I think you're going to get really popular in the near future. I mean, popularity doesn't amount to accuracy in your theories, or to how good your information is. I think that creators that don't have a lot of subscribers or views are really good at what they do sometimes. So, yeah, thanks for watching.